Let's do it. Welcome to the Jokes by Joe show. I am your host, Josiah James. I'm here with the lovely co-host, Doug McKizzle. And finally, we got on the show the second funniest guy in the Lehigh Valley, Sam Grimm. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I'm the second funniest man in the Lehigh Valley.
Yeah, can you try to go a little closer to the mic? I don't think it's picking you up.
Like that.
It's going to be like the picture that we had of him. Why am I not hearing him through? Can you say something?
Something.
Can you hear him in your headphones?
Sounds like he's pretty far.
He's pretty far. Why am I not hearing him?
You gotta go into settings and hit the static ratio, increase the static ratio.
Do you want to be my tech guy? Because Doug was my
As long as
tech guy.
As long as you're cool with me not knowing anything.
Oh, so you would also be a non-tech
I'm the
guy.
tech critique.
No, he's up.
I critique all the tech.
I'm
going
a
on?
detective.
He's good. I don't know. If you talk, I'm gonna just see if I'm getting levels here. Go ahead.
Ba-da-ba-da.
All right, we're good.
Wee.
Yeah, I just think he was far away from it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just
Is
try
this
to
okay?
try to
Is
stay
this
within
enough?
like 6 inches. Yeah.
That's
You-
about all the reach I have.
Yeah. We can also make sure that that's up like that.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Does that
'Cause
sound
that's
a
the
little
front
better?
and that's the back.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a phallus, you know?
There is no front.
So
Yeah.
that's a good question. What is the front of the penis, do you think?
The front, I would think the tip.
The tip?
Yeah.
But if it's flaccid, then like the top is the front.
What if
right?
you're laying on your back?
Yeah, I know.
If you're
It's
laying
a
on your
matter of
back.
matter of perspective, I think.
I know
Yeah,
you're
what's-
getting right into asking the penis question.
I guess
hard-
it, I
the
guess
hard-
it has to.
The hard questions.
it could be like stage front, like how when you're on stage.
Yeah.
It all depends on the audience.
Where are you guys? I'm on the left.
Now I have a question. You're not going to ask me to edit out that penis comment, are you?
No, you can put that.
Okay, thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Shane, we love
Are
you.
you guys house left or penis left?
God, they got me down in the mezzanine.
Yeah.
No, that would be up, wouldn't it? Yeah.
In the
never
balls.
mind. We do have some housekeeping stuff that we need to take care of before
Okay.
we introduce Sam.
Sorry, I
know
didn't mean to bring
Sam
up
wanted to
dicks
jump
too
right
fast.
into
No, I love it.
what's the front of a penis look like. But yeah, everyone, this is fucking dog. I'm so sorry. Portia. So this is on auto now. So anyway, I did want to mention a lot of people are asking about my hoodie. Okay. I don't know. What do you think?
How many people asked?
Well,
I feel like you just asked yourself.
I did. Can you ask about it, please?
Hey, what's going on with that hoodie?
Yeah. Oh, so glad you asked. Okay. We should have discussed this off air. Anyway, so my company is Publicis. It's a French company, and they're headquartered in Champs-Élysées in Paris. And it's a giant ad agency. And when Snoop Dogg was in Paris for the Olympics, they hired him to come in and help them design a new logo. And so this is Snoop Dogg.
Wow. Snoop Lion.
Yeah, the Snoop Lion.
Yeah.
And so every year, my company they put out a holiday video to say thank you for all your work that you've done throughout the years and everything. And I wanted to share that with you just because it's pretty damn cool. Let me just see if I can get this to work. Let me put this up.
Bonjour. It's that time of the year again. The wishes. 2024 was a remarkable year, and we have so many reasons to be proud. Thanks to you, your hard work, we had a strong growth, won a lot of new business, even Agency of the Year at Cannes. Hold up. Confused? Asking yourself why moi, Snoop Dogg, is doing the wishes? Where's Arthur?
Hi everyone, let me explain.
He's the
As you
CEO.
know, Monsieur Snoop actually took over Paris this summer, right?
You
Yeah, I
think
was
you got
at the
him
Olympics
stoned?
doing my thug thizzle.
You were Olympic, as we say, although we're gonna get sued for that.
Yes, sir.
Now, we asked him if he would be so kind to help our little French holding company, Publicis, to get ready for 2025.
That's right. What's Publicis Holding? I don't know. But what I do know is that Americans, Brits, and French have been competing to see which holding company is the top dog. And this year, Publicis is overtaking them all. Le number one. They've been rocking and rolling. They won't stop till the casket drop. You heard it. France is going to win gold and more than just swimming, fencing, and canoeing.
Which isn't that bad.
No, it's not that bad. But you know, I was so hyped that this inspired me to change my name to Les Snoop, because I got some ideas. Oh, Artie, you dipped and whipped, suited and booted, gooted and looted, and you wear my logo redesign.
Do you get those for free?
Mission 2025.
Thanks, Loop. I like it. It's just that, you know, I don't know if Maurice is not going to prefer the lion.
Man, he gonna like the dog.
Yeah, he has to like the dog. I agree. Let's wrap up.
Okay.
Do you know how to say Happy New Year in French?
Oh, man, for sure. Watch this. Happy tres bon année, Publi Zizzles.
Yeah.
Public sizzles.
Yeah,
What take was that?
Yeah.
Was that like
Bonne
take
année
27?
To all of our Publicis family, thank you for all of your Olympic effort this year. Happy holidays, and see you all in 2025. And now, hit it!
Check this out. He got the CEO of Publicis to
Damn, I didn't know you could crip walk.
crip walk.
Oh, shit.
Love it? I love it.
Fucking amazing.
Here's what I find amazing.
Hey, you doing it halfway, bro. I think you should stick to the ads.
How many people? How many people died doing that dance? Like how many? Because that used to be a dance that you did to show that you were a Crip. Like how many people have been shot dead in the street, and this guy's like doing it.
I want to know how much Snoop Dogg got paid for.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
So,
I
my
would, because just to let you guys know, I would do that for like $1,000.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If
Yeah.
you need a new person next year.
yeah. So interesting. I'm so glad you brought that up. It's very, very timely. My niece is dating someone in finance at Publicis, and I just saw him for my mom's birthday on Sunday. And he was like, yeah, we were kind of like trying to go through the numbers and try to figure out how much we paid Snoop to do that thing. And people are saying over $1 million
Over
the
$1 million.
fuck outta
Okay,
here.
so
For
I
that?
would do that.
for that.
I
Yeah.
would do that for $2,000. Knowing that it was over $1 million, I've upped my value now to $2,000.
And
What?
Yeah, so this is the Snoop logo, the hoodie, and they gave them out to us as a thank you present. We got some swag.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Merry Christmas.
I like the logo.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, right? So anyway, wanted to start with that. And then before we get to our lovely guest, Sam, Doug and I have to settle a score because we have a couple episodes have come up. There's some tension now between Doug and I.
I have no tension. This is all
No,
in his head.
no. If you listen to the last clip, you had some tension. You're like, dude, I never said that. So, Sam,
Okay. I don't care if I did say it. I know what he's talking about. He thinks I give a shit about this.
well, you texted me the other day and you're like, did you get the clip of
Yeah,
me?
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you didn't play it. He said that I said women aren't funny.
Right.
And what I meant to say, if I did say that, is that women suck at telling stories.
Yeah.
And so now he thinks in his brain, because I misspoke, that is my belief, that there is no woman that is funny. After all the examples that I gave him.
Not that
And
that's
then,
just your
I
belief.
said I never said that.
We're just
and he
trying
found
to.
the clip where
I'm
I
just
said
trying to settle the score. That I was saying that he said women aren't funny, and he's like, I never said that. So let's play. I brought some receipts. Let's listen to this one.
Even I am like.
This is the
women
Kate Hughes
aren't funny.
episode.
I really think that. I'm like, there's
We had
no.
an entire podcast.
I don't think it's that women aren't funny. I just think that
We
the
should play
women
back
that-
the tape, Doug.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I never
Doug.
said. I never
Play
said
it
women
back.
aren't funny. I said women suck at telling stories.
Yeah.
I still hold to. I still hold to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Kate Hughes episode. He claims he
Okay.
did not say women aren't funny.
And now play the AI.
Let me predict what Doug is going to say. This is the Shane Cohen episode.
I'm waiting.
Doug is going to say, and this proves my point: women are not funny. Go ahead.
That's not what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
And I've never said women are not funny.
Okay.
I've never said that. You can go back and listen to the shows. What do you think I've said those words?
Yeah, absolutely. I have.
Okay.
I'm going to get a sound
Okay,
bite.
go ahead and get it. I never said women are not funny.
You sound pretty mad
I
there.
said women don't know how to tell I sound stories mad? funny.
A little bit.
I don't think you've ever heard me mad. You certainly haven't. If you think that's mad,
Here we go.
There's
So now here's my receipt.
a lot of people who would.
I had to.
differ.
By the way, Coco is useful because she helped me discover this.
Well, she has a use.
Here we go.
But hey, you gotta find the fun where you can, right?
What do you think? Feel free to tweak it to match your style.
I think she just proved something. Women aren't funny.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, you got me. I think he thought I was gonna be like, no. Yeah, so what? I said it.
Joe, me and Kate Hughes get into fights at shows all the time. Like not real fights.
Yeah.
We just insult each other on stage, and it's become a thing now. You know,
that a-
but we're really good friends.
Okay.
I'm not actually bashing.
Okay,
other
okay,
people.
okay.
You know what that felt like? It felt like that episode of Seinfeld when George Costanza was waiting, like trying his best to come up with a comeback, and it just nobody gave a shit about it.
I never really watched Seinfeld. I was
I'm trying to say that wasn't a good.
I don't. It,
You know how
doesn't-
much
it doesn't
how
matter
hard
to
I
me.
had to work to get these so I could
You
push
put a
a
lot of
button.
work into something that I don't give
I
a
would
shit
just
about.
push a button and then it would just play.
Women aren't funny.
Oh, he never said that.
Hey, I'll make it a more clear. Women aren't funny. There, you can use that now. I don't care.
No, but I was trying to get Coco to be like, yo, when did Doug say women aren't funny? And she's like,
Yeah.
I don't have any record of that. What he did say was that they're not funny telling stories.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
she had your back, actually, even though you hate her. She had your back.
Again, I
So,
don't hate her.
we might need to bring Coco back.
You have an idea of what I perceive things as that is not true at all.
You sound like my wife.
Well, maybe there's something to it then, Josiah. But we do have a guest here.
Yes. We want to introduce Sam Grimm.
I'm here.
Yes. Hi, Sam. Welcome to the Jokes by Joe show. Thank you so much. Glad we could finally get you on. Sam, I met him at open mics, as you did as well, I'm sure, Doug. And he competed in Lehigh Valley's funniest competition, as so did I, as well as I did. And you actually came in second place.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
he
So
didn't do-
congratulations.
Thank you.
He didn't do as well as you did.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because one time he was doing comedy at the Tally Ho, and I was saying like, "Hey, Sam, good luck at the thing or whatever." And then when he came up to do his set, he's like, "You think you're gonna win?" Lehigh Valley's
Well,
funniest?
no, wait. That's not how it went. You came up and you were like, you introduced yourself. I'm Josiah James, future winner.
Oh, did I
of
say
the
that?
league."
Okay.
Yes, that's what you said. And
Yeah.
I was like,
You know what? I went one step further than that. I got a T-shirt made that said on the back, "Lehigh Valley's funniest comedian."
wow.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Will it fit me? I got it. So my parents came to every one of those. They're super proud. I don't know why. I won $200. It was cool. It was great. But they're super supportive no matter what I do. And they bought me a first place trophy. And then they gave it to me afterwards, and I was just like,
Oh no, that's almost
I
as bad as buying a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, or I made the T-shirt because I was gonna wear it on stage for like my set, and I was gonna be like, you know,
Yeah.
vote for me because otherwise I have to give this T-shirt back.
Right.
And my wife's
That
like,
would've been great.
My wife's like, don't do that. But maybe I should have. Maybe I would have won. I don't know.
Maybe that would have put you over the top.
Subliminal messaging.
How many rounds was it that you were in?
4
And it came. Did it narrow down to 3 people?
4 people. So
Okay.
it narrowed down. The final round was 4 people, which I thought was crazy because they only did like first, second, and third place. So on the last day, one of us had to just leave. Like the other 3 were brought up on stage, and one of us just had to leave with no prize money and like terrible shame. But yeah, so it went like, it was like 85 people to start, and then it narrowed down to like 40, and then like 16, and then 4.
Yeah, I was happy
And,
to make it to semifinals, which was cool. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome.
and so the guy who won, Tori Seward,
Yeah.
is he funny?
Yeah, he's very funny.
Okay.
He's a really funny guy. We hung out all night afterwards.
Should he have been disqualified?
Why?
He's
what?
from New York.
No.
Because
You know,
it's
there
it's-
wasn't a stipulation of the contest.
I know. That's what.
It's, to be honest with you, like,
How does it make you feel though that you're from the Lehigh Valley and someone who's not beat you?
Well, I think that says a lot about the Lehigh Valley.
I mean,
You
it
know
was
the
close.
funniest person in the
judges said
Lehigh
it was
Valley.
close.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever watched I had the clip. I don't know what happened to it, but like we did a 15-minute set and I crushed. I don't feel bad at all about it. I did really well.
Oh no, I should have asked you to. We could have watched it.
Yeah, it might be somewhere. It's on like Google Drive somewhere, but I
Okay.
can't find it.
Oh, because Paul videotaped it and sent it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think maybe I tried to download it to my drive, but it never downloaded. It just had
I
it
had
shared.
the same issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he deleted it because, he's not going to keep my clip forever, I think it just deleted off.
Yeah.
But I was actually doing a bunch of stuff. Like, I started at UPS driving that week, which I'd never done. I had to, like, take all these commercial vehicle tests, and they, like, you're in a classroom for, like, 10 hours a day, and then that day, you're, like, in those classrooms for, like, a week and a half, and then that day was our first day, like, on the road. And this supervisor that I had, he was just like losing it on me. So I'm driving down the road and he's like, what is the, DOT first, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? I have to like recite all this crap. And I was like so nervous. This guy was like, for all day basically, while I'm trying to drive this humongous fucking box truck through traffic.
And trying to go over the set in your head
Yeah,
too.
and he's
while
like,
you're driving.
yeah, and I'm like stressed about the thing because I really wanted to take first place,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
And so when I got out of work, when I woke up that day, I was like all itchy, and when I got out of work, I had hives all over my face.
Do you think it was a reaction from being nervous?
From
Or?
stress,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
because it was between the job and just being nervous about the competition. I was
Wow.
just like, and I was like pushing myself to go to mics every night and just like, I don't know, like living for this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I like got on stage and I had hives, and I was like, how am I ever gonna fucking do this? You know what I mean? So I started out with like some bits about having bagel bite face and like God shitting on me. Also, my car was falling apart. It was like a perfect storm of like bullshit, I was going through.
That's the that's the thing about it is like I do 12-hour shifts at work. I work a weird schedule, but if I know I'm gonna do a mic that night, or if I know I'm doing a show or something, it's that 12 hours means nothing to me. It's
Right.
I want to kill on that stage.
Yeah, but this was like I can't. This guy's like.
Yeah, you were being fucked
I'm
over.
getting tested, I'm getting
Yeah.
graded,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my future at this job depended on, you know what I mean, me.
Yeah.
And you're no longer.
And I'm like also in like I don't know if you ever seen like these UPS, they're
Oh, yeah.
huge. Dude, it's like it's a
Yeah.
really big truck. You have like 4 inches on each side, you know what I mean, and you're driving in like heavy traffic.
He's like,
you know what I mean? And
"What's
he's,
your major malfunction?"
yeah, right, dude. He's like screaming at me and like.
Is it true that you can only make right turns?
No, you can make left turns.
Okay.
You can only stop on the right side.
All right. I thought they programmed all the routes so that there was all right turns, so that joggers wouldn't have to make left turns.
they have. I think I remember taking left turns. I don't
Okay.
know, but
And so you're no longer there.
no, I got laid off right after Christmas anyway.
Man.
Yeah, after all that, it's okay. I'm going to the post office now, so that
Yeah.
should be good.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk. I remember talking to you at Tally Ho before your first performance at Lehigh Valley's Funniest, and I remember you saying something like you were worried that you were gonna blow your load. You
Blow
know,
my load.
like you didn't want to get rid of all your good stuff at once. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, so the different nights on the competition. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I tried to put together some of my best stuff, but
Did you repeat stuff at the different nights?
yeah, but
See,
then
that was my problem. I didn't. I came up with a
Every-
completely new set.
everybody did like, but in the third round, everybody who did the same exact set that they've been doing got
Okay.
got
Well, that's
cut.
good to
So
know.
like, the third round, I like rewrote a set. I was kind of suspicious, you know what I mean, because I like noticed that there was like 2 nights for people, you know what I mean. Like one night had 6 people on it, the other night had another 6 people
Mhm.
on it, and that was round 3. So I like noticed that the people who did their usual sets got kind of like bumped off when people who plugged in new stuff got passed
Okay.
on to the next round. So that's kind of what I did.
Was
but-
it the same? Excuse me. Was it the same judges throughout the competition?
Mhm.
Yeah, so what they did is like they had audience participation for the first 3 rounds, but like a decreasing amount.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They weighed it against the judges' opinions for each rounds, but they weighed the judges' opinions higher and higher as the time
competition went further. Okay.
Which, you know, was fair because, you know what I mean? I don't want to win just because I got a lot of people to come out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, I had a lot of support. It was, like, crazy to see, like, how many not just friends I had, but, like, people who really wanted to see me win come out. You
That's
know, people
great.
who even got, you know, eliminated from the competition early on were, like, coming out
That's dope.
to root for me. So it was really, really cool. But it's strange because I got so stressed out and so, like, the balloon popped when I got, like, second place, which was still awesome because there was a lot of, like, comedians that I, like, respected as more accomplished comedians that I like got further than.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
thought Walter Britt was going to go a little further.
Walter
than he
Britt
did.
Yeah, Walker.
is hilarious.
Walker. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Walker.
great.
He's
like,
great,
Like him, Brendan Smith, they're like incredible joke writers. And I was like really nervous going into that third round because of that. So it was like, it was a good experience, but also like, I don't know if I would do a comedy competition anywhere in the near future because it's
Stressful.
yeah, and I don't want comedy to be stressful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want it, like, I want to succeed and I want to do my best, which was cool to see, like, how sharp I could get my set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll have to send that into the show, and maybe the next time you're on, we can watch it. And,
You made it a.
Yeah, if I can find it,
You made
it'd
it.
be awesome.
You made it a job. is
Yeah,
what happened.
right.
You
Well,
never.
no,
You
I-
never looked at it like a job as much as that did.
I think it
You
was
know?
even like more high strung than like
Yeah.
you know what I mean when you have somebody like Mark Norman who's doing shows like all the time.
Mhm.
You know, he goes up there like, yeah, he has pressure to do a great job because he's getting paid a lot of money. He's being put on, you know, like, what do they call those, marionettes or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got like a profile to maintain, but I don't think like he has to compete.
Right.
You know what I mean? He can still go up
I
there
see.
and have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it was like, the competition made me feel like, but maybe that was me. Maybe it was me
Yeah.
like ramping up that pressure in my head. I don't know.
When
I
did, when,
felt a lot of pressure too. We talked about it on the show that
Yeah.
after because I wanted to win the thing, like because I really never put myself out there like that, and I didn't repeat my jokes, which was probably something that I should have done. I should have done tried and true stuff for my second round, but I did all new material that wasn't tested or anything, and that was my fault. And I don't watch my stuff, and so Paul sent me the video, and then I lost it, and then Doug and I were talking on the show, and I was like, I can't watch it because I screwed up one part, and I just feel very uncomfortable watching myself.
But then, then I explained to him that that's the part you need to watch. You
So I
have to
can
watch
learn.
that part,
Right.
because that's the part that it'll be a millisecond. I have this one set from like, I don't know, 2011 or something like that. It was an open mic I did at Brewworks where there's this 1 second, millisecond that I knew where I screwed something up, and I kept it moving. The audience never knew, but every time I watch that, I see that
Bothered
1
you?
second,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I hold on to that
You
shit.
see, the difference
So
here
that
is
I
that
don't
like
do that
mine
again.
was obvious because I was like stumbling over my lines and stuff, and so
Yeah, I think most people don't notice.
Yeah.
And I don't record a lot of my sets, which I should, you know what I mean? I really need to generate an online presence. I don't think I have that, and I think I could really succeed and benefit more from that than any amount of mics and shows that I do, you know what I mean?
yeah, I like your style a lot of comedy because you come off as like it's not scripted, and I love that.
Oh, thanks.
So it's like
Yeah, it's very
and-
conversational.
very conversational, and also a lot of it's like off the top of your head. It seems like.
Sometimes.
yeah.
At open mics, I do that stuff.
Yeah,
I don't,
and I really
don't
and you're
like-
really good at it, and
Yeah,
so I really
thanks.
like
I
your
appreciate that.
style a lot.
Tell me more about how awesome I am.
When did you start doing comedy?
Yeah. When did you start?
So the first time I ever
I'll
did
ask the
comedy,
questions, Doug.
Well, ask him.
I always was a funny person, you know. I got picked on a lot as a kid, and I didn't have like the machismo to. I beat people up when I was like in middle school, but it didn't make me feel. It made me feel like worse.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? Just to be like a jerk, and ultimately, Then when I moved to like Whitehall, I moved to like a bigger school. I tried to like beat somebody up right away, and I got my ass kicked in front of the whole school by this guy that was like half my size. He was just like a sick ass athlete, and
Little
just
humble
like
pie.
yeah. I tripped over my shoelace, and this kid jumped on the back of my head and just beat the shit out of me. And yeah, so I was like, this isn't gonna work. You know, I don't
should
really
think
have
of a
the
new
dog
career.
in me. I'm like
So
a nice,
that was
nice person.
it was
you know, so-
the kids in your class lining up behind you where you're laying down after you fell on your shoelaces to just hit you, right?
Yeah.
And that was the
It was-
punchline.
it was
Everyone's like,
actually-
let me get in that punchline. I want to punch Sam. I
Right,
want to punch
yeah.
Sam. And you're like, punchline. What can I do with that? And that's why you turned to comedy.
No, I was always a funny kid before that, I think. I'm like the
Thought I had
the
something
runt-
there.
The runt of my siblings, and I was always getting like beat up. I was always the test kid, you know what I mean? So I like kind of developed a funny personality. My dad's really funny. My mom's kind of funny, but she's a woman, you know? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, Doug wouldn't think she's funny at all.
No.
But it was like trying to find a way to diffuse people that wasn't like violence, because I didn't want to do that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then, you know, I went through college, and then when I was in college, I started seeing this gallery called the Alternative Gallery in Allentown had an open mic, a comedy mic on Sunday
Was
nights.
that on Fourth Street?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do so far as comedy. I know they still have shows and functions and stuff there, but so I went to this open mic and started watching open micers, and I was like, you know, like the first time you go to an open mic with the intention of like signing up, you're like heart's racing. You think
yeah.
like this moment's gonna define your life, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I tried to go there, and then the weekend I was like, this weekend I'm not gonna just sit there and watch. I'm gonna sign up, and my dog died.
Oh.
And I came back from like Philadelphia visiting a friend of mine, and my dad was like, "Your dog got out and got hit by a car."
Oh no! So it wasn't
And-
age; it was just accident.
No, it was an accident.
Yeah.
And I was like really upset, but I was like, you know what? You gotta go. You know what I mean? You gotta go and at least watch it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna sign up. My dog would have wanted that. And then I told this story about this woman who knocked. I was sitting there crying, and like all day I was alone. Everybody else was gone, and I was like upset. And this woman knocked on my door and said, "I was the person who saw your dog get hit, and I like found your family, and like,
Oh, wow.
you know." So she's like, "Did the dog make it?" And I was like, "No, you know, he didn't, unfortunately." And she was like, "Because of the accident." I was like, I laughed at her. I was like,
No.
"Come on," because I thought she was joking, but
He had doggy
so-
AIDS, and the accident just flared it up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I went up and I told that story because I had no jokes prepared, and the audience had the same reaction that I had to that woman. They just went, ah. And I was like, ah. I was like, tearing up. They were like, dude, why'd you do that?
Yeah,
like your
yeah,
dog
yeah.
died today. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you weren't ready to do that. So I put the mic back and I walked right out of the building, and this guy, Jason Brown,
Yeah, I know
he's
him.
affiliate of Quest.
Right.
I don't know.
We came
if
up.
he's-
We came up with Jason Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the comedy scene in Lehigh Valley, so we know him.
Yeah, so he came out after me and he's like, dude, you know what I mean? And he like kind of gave me some tips, some pointers, some like direction, because I really didn't have any. I didn't like know anybody who did comedy, so
Got it.
I just like went because I thought I was funny. You know what I mean? And then I didn't go back and do an open mic again for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah, then it was like
You were
right
finding
before
yourself.
COVID, probably. Yeah. Well, no, I was drinking a lot and getting in trouble, and like, you know, being in my early 20s, I just
Yeah.
had no like focus for anything. But I just thought like I was a funny guy at parties, so I just thought eventually somebody's gonna be like that guy, and then I'll be famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't like understand there was a process, you know, and I don't know if I'll ever be famous, but
Well,
Right.
you are doing the Jokes by Joe show.
oh yeah, that's
and,
true.
And we have
This is the
a
launch
lot-
pad.
This could go viral.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. Hell yeah. But yeah, then right before COVID, I started doing mics again. I started going to
Where was when you got back into it like 5-6 years later? What was your first venue? The Brewworks.
the Bethlehem Brewworks.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bethlehem
That was my
Brewworks
first
had
one.
a mic, and I started going to that one. There was like one or two others, but I can't remember where.
Was Ryan Hill doing it then, like the Tickle Me Tuesdays, or was it something?
No, it was.
Oh, that was way
It
before
was
that.
Roya
Yeah.
Harmani.
Oh,
I think her name
yeah,
was
I know who
Roya.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, so they used to host it upstairs in the fishbowl, and then they started doing it in the basement, and then COVID hit, and they stopped. You know, everybody
Right.
stopped. So that kind of sucked because it was like I started doing comedy again in like I started going to mics in like 2016, maybe,
Okay.
and then I went like 3 years, and then boom, there was
Yeah.
not another mic for a year and a half. So that like kind of took a chunk out of like our sales and everything. And
Do you remember the first joke you told on stage?
well, besides the dog, the
Yeah,
woman,
the one you
the
came
woman
back.
do you
asked,
remember the
like,
first
yeah.
one that worked?
I used to do. So I did this joke. My girlfriend likes being talked dirty to in exotic languages.
Sorry, I was talking to the camera.
Uh,
Yeah, I wasn't.
That was
I wasn't
that
saying
was
you're
a silent
loser.
heckle. I think
Yeah.
that was a silent heckle.
Sorry, your girlfriend likes it was.
My girlfriend likes being talked sexy to in exotic languages, but I only know sign language. So I whisper in her ear, "Baby, I'm gonna right finger undulating through left hand circle shape you so hard." And I was like, "That's the first
That's
joke
great.
I wrote where I thought
That's
that's
good.
good."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't
a good
really
one.
do that joke.
You don't do
anymore,
it. You
but-
should.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
funny.
I guess it's
It
pretty
doesn't
funny.
expire.
Yeah,
No,
That's
right.
it, yeah,
doesn't.
that's it.
And then where do urinal cakes get off calling themselves cakes? They taste like shit. You
That's
know,
funny.
A couple of small jokes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one about
Right
urinal
next
cakes
door.
that I don't do anymore. Where I was like, why are they printing ads on urinal cakes? Like, say no to drugs. You
Yeah.
know, like what are you telling him for? He's not.
Right,
He's
right.
not doing drugs.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean,
that's the moment.
ass crack, but that's
And if I'm gonna
it is addicting. You know, but yeah,
if I'm gonna change my life, it's not looking down in a
right,
urinal, you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's like, yeah, well, yeah, that's what I always think about. Like, what is the like ratio of success versus not success on how many cakes they made, how many
Right.
they advertised on, how many people are coming to them, to the company and going, I just want to thank you. You changed my life. I was taking a leak at the old brewery tavern bathroom in your
Yeah.
ad.
Wouldn't it be great if that was?
I was
all-
about to just
that's
shoot some
how
heroin.
all,
Yeah.
all like big decisions were made in life. Like,
Well, it seems to be right now.
Pop the question.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right, urinal cake.
divorce your
Ask that girl to marry me.
yeah, divorce your wife.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get divorced. They really need to put it on the back of the toilet because that's where everybody's doing drugs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna say no to drugs, put it on the back of the toilet. So
Yeah.
at least
Yeah, who's doing drugs at a urinal? That's a good point.
Right.
Say no to this.
Change your mind right now.
This is your moment.
Nobody's ever gonna change.
Just
their
blow it
mind
away.
mid-bag,
Blow
I
it
can tell
away.
you that.
How about you, Doug? Do you remember your first joke?
I can't remember the first one. I remember the day, and I know I practiced the set for like 2 weeks where I was just walking around because I didn't want to think about any of the syllables. I wanted to know it syllable for syllable
By heart, yeah.
and it killed. I couldn't believe it. I actually went outside and started crying. Like this was like a dream of mine. And here I am. I packed the fishbowl. Like I had like and I ended up going like number 27.
Oh, Jesus.
And so I packed the place, right, with like 50 people. And then when I got off stage, everybody left. And I was like, no, go support the other comedians. Like, don't just leave like that. And yeah, there was like 4 people left in the room. But so that made me more nervous.
Yeah.
These were people from work, my family, like friends that all
Yeah.
have been saying, I can't wait to hear you on stage and you need to be a comedian and all this stuff. And I couldn't believe it, how I killed. But I don't remember any of that set at all.
And you
I
didn't-
just remember it.
Did you tape your first set? You didn't tape
No,
it?
no. I got a picture somebody took of me on stage, and it is such a great representation of my first time because my hat was this low, and I had the microphone in my face like this. I was terrified.
Kind of like
of the crowd.
hiding. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, and yeah. But I mean, shit, that was 15 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think there was no. I don't know. I don't know what I talked about.
I remember mine only because I recycled it for the Emmaus round one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like a good opener, no matter what town you're in. You just say the name of the town. So
Oh
like,
yeah, I know.
crime in whatever town you're in. So crime in Allentown's getting pretty bad, you know. Went shopping last night, got shot at. I was like, Jesus Christ! It's the last time I'm robbing this place. Fucking shoot at me. So you can insert that
Yeah.
wherever you go, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm a touring
I think
comedian.
the first joke I ever remember, the first time I ever remember seeing you guys, you like meet a lot of people at open mics that you like
Yeah.
don't remember until you see them like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
But I remember you like pulled your pants down on the stage at Arts Quest.
Yeah.
And
Doug
they
was there
didn't-
for that.
They didn't take too kindly about it. They,
No, I remember.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go up there and I'm just gonna pull my pants down and do my set regularly. You know what I mean? To see if they
I
say
remember-
something to me.
I know. I'm glad that I have to take my pants down for you to remember me, Sam. I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
Do
you,
you remember why he took his pants down? Do you remember the joke?
It was a joke about him pooping in the basement. You know
It
what
was
I
the-
mean? And you couldn't
yeah.
like you didn't have toilet paper, so you're like shuffling around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember you getting up there, and I think we talked about this on the podcast. I was a little pissed about it because you got up and you're like, and you're like, who was hosting? Was it Aaliyah? It's like
Yeah.
Jason Brown's
Yep.
Yeah.
daughter. You're like, hey, Aaliyah, we allowed to take our pants off at this mic or
Well,
what?
he said that, right?
Yeah, he said
Yeah,
that.
I was just
yeah.
joking.
I know,
about it.
I know,
was,
but I
like,
didn't know you. I was
trying
like,
to
dude, this
start
guy's like
anything.
fucking throwing me under the bus.
But that was, I mean, that was
It
a
was
great,
more, it was
that was a
more
great
like
opener.
jab towards
Yeah.
him, 'cause,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I thought it was I think that was, I thought
it was
that was
funny.
hilarious.
No, it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so I was like, oh man. And then I like went to Tally Ho and I was talking all this shit about the mic at the Steel Stacks and I threw Jake Wahlberg under the bus and I'm
Oh my
like
God.
throwing Sam Grimm under the bus. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not the right way to approach things.
No.
This is not the way to make
I
friends
didn't
in
mean
comedy.
anything by it.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
sorry.
It's fine.
I didn't
I'm-
even take it that way at all. I just remember when you were, because I was videoing it for you.
Yeah.
And I remember when you started taking your pants off, I couldn't stop laughing because it wasn't so much the joke, it was just, you're fucking doing it.
Yeah. Did you tape it? Because I don't think I have video of that. If you taped it,
Maybe it was on. Maybe it
Please
was
send
the
it
other
to
one.
me.
Maybe it was the other one where you.
yeah,
where she
I've
came
only
and
done
talked
that
to you.
once.
Where she came and talked to you.
Yeah, she did come and talk to
Yeah.
me about doing accents and stuff. That's why I haven't been back there.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing about what I noticed different is when I first did it, how I practiced every syllable.
Mhm.
That's not what works. You got to get up there and just talk. You got to get up there like how you do it. You know, you get up there. I try to get up there.
Yeah, but
I have a
I
premise.
practice my vocabulary pretty hard.
Absolutely.
I find like changing words like from and to or
Yeah,
can completely
absolutely,
change the whole joke.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And like there are times where
that's impressive though because when you're up there, it doesn't sound rehearsed, and that's what's so
Yeah.
great about
That's
your
that's the
delivery.
trick.
Yeah,
Well,
and
thanks.
Louis
You know?
and Louis C.K. is great at
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean there's always like so the big thing I think is like segues, you know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
I have all of my jokes written down on my phone because I like the challenge of remembering them when my cheap ass phone inevitably shits out and I lose all my jokes.
Yeah,
But I have like every one of them just like
yeah. That's how I gotta.
that's the root joke list that I have there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's like
yeah. I got
so
a notes thing that yeah. There's like a ton of them in there.
So I try to find like what's relevant and then plug it in a way like I can go from like animals to like homeless people to like food.
Right.
And I have like a sequence of jokes that
Mhm.
works like that. Or I can do food, dating,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So it's
So
like,
it is very well thought out when you get up there, and that's
yeah, it's just like I practice all my jokes in like
Yeah.
different structures. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Like I look at the set rather than individual jokes.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's good.
And I go to mics to like sharpen up my jokes and make sure I know how to tell them. But then like sets, you know what I mean? You're building like you want to build a flow, you know what I mean? Compared to what you think the audience is gonna do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I did a police benefit show the other day because I love the cops.
I don't think it got your
No,
reaction.
they paid well.
That's good. Was that
But-
the one? Was that the one that was on the same day as this one that you had to cancel last week?
No, No, I canceled last week because my
No, the week before
my
that.
parents were sick. Maybe. I don't remember. It was
You're
on
like,
a
I
Saturday.
have a gig. Oh, it was a Saturday. Okay, never mind.
So
No.
probably not. But it was a friend of mine called me up and like asked me if I could cover a show for him because he was sick, and I went down there. I did it, and they were really cool people. But I like started it on cop jokes right away, and I was like, I wonder how it's gonna go. And I'm like, well, it's gonna go one or two ways, and I'd rather get it out of the way right away.
And they were cool with it?
Yeah, they were. They were. There was a couple of people that were like, "Ugh," but the rest of the audience laughed enough that they couldn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
They weren't
Yeah.
gonna make a fuss. You know, they were just kind of taking it as a joke. And then I went into like Christmas, Santa Claus. I have a lot of Santa Claus.
Yeah, I
jokes.
like your Santa Claus stuff.
Yeah, Santa it's a very funny subject.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a weird. It's you have a fat god. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that, and it's like the wackiest
Fat
god. Like,
God.
it is. He's like the wackiest
Oh yeah.
demigod there is.
Yeah.
Like there's like there's like Thor, the god of thunder, and there's like like I don't
Yeah.
whatever. I don't really know.
St. Patrick.
I thought yeah, Saint Patrick, you know what I mean, or something. There's like
There's
Saint
Maui.
Valentine or whatever. And
Maui, the demigod from Moana.
yeah, right. There's all kinds of stuff, but they're all like elementals. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then there's like Santa who like gives you shit from Walmart. You know what I mean? He's got like a really weird mode of transportation
Yeah.
and a really weird mode of entering your house.
Yeah.
And he gives you stuff from Walmart.
That you pay for.
Yeah, that your parents did.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And it's and he's also fat and demands cookies.
And
you
he's
know?
jolly.
Yeah.
Jolly, yeah. So
One night a week.
one night a
Or
week.
one night a year he
One
works.
One
night
night
a
a
year.
year.
He's
he
got a great
works,
work
yeah.
ethic.
Yeah, he lets all the elves do it. I don't know. It's just it's a crazy. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a whole. There's
Yeah.
so much lore around Santa Claus.
Mhm.
It's like fascinating. You know what I mean?
Now, when
I
you
don't
have
think-
when you have kids, or if you have kids, are you going to continue the tradition of Santa Claus? Would you?
I like can almost assure you I'm never having children.
Okay. You don't want kids, or you don't see
No,
it in the
I don't
future?
want kids.
Okay.
It just I've never been with a person I thought like I see all my friends with like they love their children, you know what I mean? But they hate the other parent and it like makes their
Oh, yeah,
life
yeah.
a living hell. And
Yeah.
I've always been like I'd love to have a kid,
Yeah.
but I'll just get a dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That
No,
way they're
but
like
then
a
you-
toddler
then you-
forever.
Then
know?
you run the risk of it getting hit by a car.
Well, you can.
I,
a kid can get hit
Yeah,
by a
that's
car,
true.
too.
That's true. Yeah,
They're not very
absolutely.
bright, that was.
I had a
And then you bury them in the fucking pet cemetery, and then they come back and cut your Achilles tendon.
Yeah.
It's even worse than the
oh,
dog.
that's the,
just-
that's
you
the
just-
worst.
you
That's the
don't
worst
bother.
scene in a movie when the Achilles heel gets sliced.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it gets me
disgusting.
every time.
Yeah. Who was your? Did you have a comedian that you just was like, that's my favorite dude, and that inspired you to want to do comedy? Like for me, it was
Well,
like Richard Pryor growing up when I
Richard
was a
Pryor.
kid. When I was like 5-6 years old, I used to play his records, and that's what I wanted to do.
I remember watching Mad TV a lot,
Mhm.
and I thought, I could be that funny.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I was like already that funny when I
Mhm.
was like in high school. Sorry, I'm drinking beer and belching into the mic. But
You can ask us to cut that out. We will.
no, I want you to keep it.
Bur-
Make it
burps,
sound
burps
like-
and midgets we cut out.
Burping midgets. That's what we need to get on this show.
My taste in comedians has changed drastically from when I was a kid. I really liked Mad TV, and I liked Saturday Night Live. I liked
Yeah.
skit comedy growing up more than I liked stand-up comedy, and I still probably do. I like skit comedy a lot, but when I started to get into stand-up, when I started watching stand-up specials, Norm Macdonald really
Oh.
was
Oh,
like the
yeah.
one that
He's
was like-
amazing.
yeah.
Have you,
it was
have you read
just
his
like-
book?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's so good.
There was like Norm Macdonald, Dimitri Martin,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
blew my mind. I was
He's
like,
good.
oh my god, this guy's
Yeah.
the funniest person.
Yeah.
I still think like one of the most underrated comedians. Those one-liner comedians, even though Norm really isn't a one-liner, but the one-liner comedians I've always like, Mitch Hedberg
Oh, yeah.
and Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah.
They blow me away because it's not only is it like The great part about reducing your joke to a one-liner is that it's like so juicy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like a hot little morsel.
Cut out all the fat.
But then you have to remember so much
Yeah,
more.
you have to
and
know.
it's so
You have to
harder
have
like,
so much
flow.
material, but every bit of the material, like you said, every little joke is an entire story within
Right.
Yeah,
one sentence.
I wouldn't consider Jeselnik a one-liner comedian.
He definitely does short jokes.
Yeah, I mean he has bits, but
Yeah.
he's
It's
like
mainly
a
like stories
set 'em up,
with like
punch 'em
a shock punchline, right? Isn't that's his
Well,
thing?
but
right?
he does one-liners
Oh, does
too.
he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't watch him enough.
I would say he's shorter prose. Like,
Okay.
In the grand spectrum, he has like a shorter prose.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not like Stephen Wright,
Right.
but he does do,
Yeah, Stephen Wright's one of my
short
favorites. Mitch
jokes.
Hedberg is very good. I've been listening to a lot of Chris D'Elia.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
And
Chris
just
Lee is funny.
I'm amazed by that dude's crowd work.
Yeah.
I know we talk about this on the show. Is I don't do crowd work. I'm not a crowd work comedian.
You
but I
can't
wanna,
do what everybody else can do. You
I
got to
know.
just do you.
But I want to. Oh, sorry, I could have opened that for you.
that's cool.
Shit, came prepared. But like, I don't know. I want to get better at crowd work, so I'm trying to work that into my sets and stuff. But I came up on this post on Reddit. I wanted to share it with you guys. Boom, boom, boom. Is it this one? Yeah. So there's a post on Reddit in the subreddit r stand up. Please, for the love of God, stop with the crowd work. I went to a comedy show at a prominent, expensive comedy club. It was a sold-out show. Maybe a dozen comedians came up. So many of them did not have any material. Instead, coming up and just looking at someone and saying, "So, what do you do?" and then not having any material or joke to build on. None of the comedians watched each other's bits, so awkwardly, many comedians called on the same people in the crowd. People were groaning about the third time. Everyone was so ready and willing to laugh. One guy who did a pretty funny set about homeless people had everyone dying. It's fucking lazy, and I don't care if you're trying to get some good content for your Instagram reels. I feel scammed. I'm begging you, stop this shit. If you can't be funny without crowd work, then maybe you're not a good comedian. I don't agree with that.
Who cares what this person says?
Well, I just wanted to bring it up for
This is
discussion.
this is one person writing about one show that they went to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, but what do you feel about crowd work? You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
it's,
I think if you're a host, you got to do crowd work. So
Right.
and I think crowd work works if it's your thing that you can do. Me, I can do crowd work, but it's more me jumping in and out. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go out there with the
Yeah.
intent of doing crowd
Sounds
work.
like this OP, that's Reddit slang for original poster,
Oh, okay.
was saying that the crowd work didn't work in his scenario because they were just calling on the same person. So he didn't have a good experience. But if crowd work, when done correctly by a professional like Chris D'Elia, can be absolutely the best thing that you can't replicate.
Absolutely.
And
It's on the spot. It's it's
Yeah.
not anything that you made up. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Chris D'Elia
It's-
just did he posted a 40-minute crowd work in some fucking town. And it's, God, so genius. He's amazing. Not one prepared thing. He's just riffing.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
so
I can't do
I have,
that,
like,
so I'm
an
not gonna try it.
interesting- I have an interesting theory about why crowd work is becoming more popular as an avenue for stand-up comedy, because it is. It's like dominating.
Yeah. All the Instagram reels, like
All
this
the
guy was
it's
saying.
always
Yeah.
crowd work. I don't not like crowd work. I like doing crowd work. I think it's interesting that the perception from like non-comedians are like crowd work must be so hard. It's like way easier.
Oh, yeah.
When you get
Trying to
when
write
you
a
get like
joke and
used
a technical.
comfortable
Yeah.
in front of crowds, it's
Mm-hmm.
like way easier because you don't have to write it. It's like hiring the crowd to make comedy that they paid for.
Right,
Right.
but there's such a high risk though too, because it might not pay off. Like in my example, when I tried crowd work at
Well, you
the
did
Tally
that.
Ho.
That was not a good example of
Yeah.
crowd work.
Right, because I
That
don't know
was-
what the fuck I'm doing.
No. I don't think you should stop trying to do crowd
Yeah,
work.
right. I'm not going to.
But don't do it like that.
yeah.
Right. But here's
I
the
happened
other
to
thing.
pick on the lesbians
Yeah, that
that were
was-
sitting at the table, and it was very awkward.
Yeah, you can't pick on those. Don't.
I didn't know there were.
lesbians.
Yeah.
That's like a golden rule. No, I don't know that.
Well, but the other part too is the second you see it not working, get out of it.
Bail. Right.
And you just
Yeah.
kept on for like a
But-
full minute and a half.
Yeah. It was,
as a whole, crowd work is becoming more popular because of Instagram Reels, because Reels and TikTok
Yeah.
and Facebook Stories. People want crowd work because they want to be part of the show.
Absolutely.
They see those Reels online and they're like, "Oh, it's so funny." And then, like, when they get picked for crowd work, they're like, "Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to be in a clip or something."
Absolutely.
And I think that's like comedy is becoming shorter and faster. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of comedians that go like wildly viral for, even if they're just doing a bit, and it's like a really good bit, and then maybe like check out some of their other stuff and it's like,
Yeah.
it might not be all that
So you're
good.
saying
you know what I mean?
the short morsels are
Yeah.
working better? Is that because of our attention spans?
Well, yeah,
Or-
of course.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
I like.
So that has
I'm
something to
looking
do
at
with
like
it as
the
well.
future of like
Yeah.
movies. Like some people, I don't feel like the generation like that are kids now. You know, like 6 to 10-year-olds that are getting into media now. You know what I mean? Getting into using iPads or whatever. It's probably even earlier than that. But I don't think they're gonna have any desire as full-grown as adults to watch a 2-hour movie. That's gonna sound like ridiculous.
I just
Like,
asked my
2
wife the other
hours?
day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch a 2-hour clip. What are you talking about?
I said to my wife the other day, I was like, you think Joey, my son's 7. I was like, do you think he would watch an entire episode of the Brady Bunch? Like just a half an hour show.
Yeah.
Do you think he would be able to get through that right now? You know what I mean?
Does
I have
he
an
watch-
answer. I have an answer.
He's on his
for
iPad
you.
watching YouTube, and
Yeah.
you know,
So-
he only watches videos that have to do with his video games. You know what I mean?
My
But-
9-year-old put on Family Matters, the first episode,
Yeah.
the other night,
Mm-hmm.
and watched the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I think it depends
'Cause
what
I-
they're watching.
Because I want to start showing him these shows.
Yeah.
Like I want him to, even though those shows are not real, there's some sort of structure to it instead of just colors and sounds
Right, Act 1,
blaring
Act
at
2,
you.
Act
Yeah.
3.
He's not learning anything.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I mean?
wild, man. I mean, like, I'll find myself, like, staring at something, like, crazy. And, like, the ultra violence that you can find on Instagram just blows my mind.
Violence.
Yeah, violence. Oh, my God, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean,
Instagram
violence?
specifically. I don't know about, like, Facebook. I don't really see it on it. I have TikTok, but I usually stick to Instagram. It's like you can like go from like watching. I do a joke about this. Watching like a cat video, it's like so cute, and there's like cats doing stupid stuff. You know what I mean? And then you go to like the next video, and it's some like third world guy making some crazy shit out of clay, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then you go like the next video, and like a person just gets crushed in a heavy machinery accident, and they died. Like they died right in front of
Yeah.
your face, and you're like, this is like
There should
in
have
the
been
morning
warning.
taking a shit before you go to work. This
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
you've just watched a person die.
There should have been a
30
warning
seconds
before.
ago, you were loving kittens,
Yeah, right.
and now
right.
you're witnessing death.
And I like, but it's like funny that you say like the colors and sounds. It's
Yeah.
like I find myself having less patience to like watch TV because of Instagram and stuff like that. I like
Yeah, it's shortening all of our attention spans.
Right.
Well, the
Absolutely.
top 3 people that show up in my algorithm, we've talked about on the show, that they're selling out everywhere. Nate Jackson, Matt Rife, and Jeff R. Curry. Sold out all over the place. And the only stuff that they're posting is crowd work stuff.
Well,
But-
that's like all
here's the
Matt Rife
part.
does.
Well, yeah.
Here's the
Yeah,
part
that's all he
I
does.
wonder though. I wonder if people in the crowd now, because is there more heckling now so that they can try to be in the clip?
At the Chris D'Elia show, he did. I gotta send this to you guys.
Yeah.
He did a show in a town where there was gang members in the show or in the crowd. All right, and he's like, I'm gonna get shot or stabbed or something. But he like turned it around and made it funny, and then had them.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
yeah. I mean, that's
But yeah,
the
you
trick.
run that risk
That's the trick
of
That,
more
you know,
and people just yelling out. You
Yeah.
know.
I
And
mean, that's the part about hecklers. That is the fine line you got to be on. You got to let them know that you're in charge, but you can't go too far because then the crowd,
right.
You know what
Well,
I
you
mean?
also have to make sure you're in
gotta-
command.
It's
right.
this weird battle you got to have, unless it's a fucking drunk chick. Oh my god, I just fucking destroy them.
Do you ever see the Key and Peele skit where it's like the crowd work comedian And
I think I did see.
Jordan Peele's he's in the audience. He's in like a wheelchair, and he's got like burn damage all over him. And he's like,
no.
"Do me." And Keegan calls on him, and then he's like, do jokes about the brain. Yeah, bring it up, dude. It's so funny. It's like one of the funniest Key and Peele skits I've ever seen.
I love Key and Peele.
But I think people, definitely want to be crowd work. They want to be part of the show, and it's become a really popular thing, and it's cool.
Oh
it's
yeah,
great.
there it is right there. Oh my god.
But it's also like I like watching a comedian, like I like watching a special of just stuff that they wrote.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I like the technical part of comedy, stand-up
Right.
comedy. I like all those other attributes of it, all the the crowd work and the slipping and figuring something out on stage and all that. But
because I think it will fizzle out like any trend. Because for me already, it's like, hey, who are you? What do you do? And they're like, I'm a hairdresser, and they're like, she's a slut. And everybody's like, and it's like that same joke's gonna be made.
Yeah.
Right,
with
right,
a different
right.
person in a different town.
I do
over
have
and
it
over.
queued up. Let's just see if it switches, if the camera auto switches to it. Oh.
All right. All right. How's everybody doing?
It did not.
All right. And you guys can all hear me okay? Yeah. All right. I know this guy can right here, boy. This guy's ears are so big, he's laughing at jokes from the Yuck Yuck Club all the way on the other side of town. All right. And you, sir, you're doing okay? Right. And you're getting enough to eat. Is that even possible?
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you, sir. Folks, I'm sorry. I'm going to get
That's why
everybody
I don't
tonight.
do roast battles
nobody
either.
is safe. I'm getting everybody, except for you, sir. I'm going to leave
I
you
think I know the club they're at.
just like your date did tonight. Hello.
You do?
Yeah.
You know the club they're at?
I'm pretty sure it's right down from the cellar. I forget the name of it, but
Laugh and a Half? Oh, that's probably just fake.
purple. It's something.
Black Pussycat.
No, that's around the corner. This one is. Oh, I just went with Lauren in September. But anyway, I
That's
didn't
the
mean to
one
cut it
that
off.
you couldn't get into the cellar, so you went to that
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you said
I'm pretty sure that's.
you said the
place.
comics were like really, really
Oh
good.
my
You're
god,
like,
they
I
were
gotta
so
up my
good.
game, dude. These
Yeah,
guys
when you
are-
go to New York and you
Yeah.
do comedy, it's you. It really makes you go, shit. I gotta step up.
All
here.
right. Okay, who is next? Who is next?
Oh Jesus! Oh, he's getting. Oh Jesus!
Hey, ma'am. I get it. You have breasts, okay? Jeez, man, look at this chick over here. Her cleavage is giving the Grand Canyon an inferiority complex.
He's waving.
You skipped me.
Yeah, hey, man. Look at that pink shirt you got on there. Wow. Where'd you get that? QueerT-shirts.com.
It's in support of breast cancer awareness. And they know.
Okay.
Go for it. I can take it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, hey, yeah, don't you worry about that, man. Gloves are coming off. Okay. Right there, right there. What's with the 3 drinks, man? Alcoholic much?
This is my pain medication.
Of course it is. It's your pain medication. Because he is in pain. Right now.
It's one of the burns.
Make fun of the burns.
One of the, what did you say? Because here's the problem, sir, is it's really dark in here. And, sorry, are you burned? Because I can't make it out. Thanks so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, those burns.
Make fun of the robot voice.
Sir, I don't know.
Come on, I can take it.
Okay, well, no, you know what? I feel
Or
like,
the wheelchair.
sir, there is nothing funny about you being in a wheelchair, and we can all.
But there is something funny about me being fat.
All right, no, all right, fine. I've got it. I'm doing it. I just didn't want to go after this guy because I didn't want him to kill me in my dreams. like Freddy Krueger. No? No, because you know how Freddy Krueger's face is burned off? That's not.
You ass.
He's said he could
Oh, is
take
he
it. That's
crying?
what he
He's not
said.
laughing?
I thought I could, but I can't.
How do we even know if he's crying right now?
I just need tear ducts. Oh shit!
It just sounds like an electronic sound.
Tears.
He said he could take it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's
Oh
my
my
favorite Key and Peele
God.
sketch. That's
That's a
so
good one.
funny, man. I
That's a
can't
real
think of
good
anything
one.
better.
Dude, Key and Peele.
I've been
love
lucky
their
enough
stuff.
never to like crowd work somebody and have that happen. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God! So that's called the crowd work comedian. I had this concept of and then we'll talk about this real quick, and then we can wrap it up because we're over an hour. The cover comedian. Okay. So this comedian that just goes and just does famous people jokes. Okay. He does
wow.
Dice Clay, does George Carlin, Jerry Seinfeld.
Like that dude from Mad TV.
Yeah, all of them. Just does them all, all right? And announces it, right? And people are like, boo, boo, you can't do that. But then he's like, wait a minute. There was just a cover band up here that was playing all the
Yeah,
hits,
right.
and you guys cheered
Oh,
and
yeah.
danced. How come they can play other people's songs, but I can't tell other people's jokes?
Yeah.
And I think that would be like a good sketch comedy of a cover comedian going to all these different clubs, telling different people's jokes.
There was
Does
a
it say Hurley's stunt double on Lost? Wow. I've been doing
I
this
didn't even
whole
notice
show
that.
the entire time. Yeah,
Is that what it says?
Yeah,
Let's
it
just
does.
pull that up. Yes, Hurley stunt double on Lost.
I'm not even Puerto Rican, dude. That's so fucked up.
He wasn't Puerto Rican.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, he
his
was.
whole character was
Yeah.
centered
He was
around
Hawaiian,
him
I
being
thought.
Hawaiian or Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he
Same
was.
thing.
That was the discerning part of his character.
Yeah, I was like,
That's what you remembered him by.
I was trying to think of who you remind me of, and I was like, yeah, it's Hurley from Lost because you have like the same personality, funny,
awesome.
likable,
Yeah, and
jovial,
the-
Go on.
same hair.
Go ahead.
No, oh my
Those
god, I
are
feel
all
like
the clear discernible features
Yeah.
of early on Lost.
That's like when a girl goes, "What do you like about me?" It's like, "Oh, your eyes."
yeah.
your hair." No, so there was a joke that I wrote that I will never do again because it worked so good this one time that I was like, that'll never happen again. And the joke involved me pointing out a white guy in the crowd. And it was whenever I did a show with a DJ, I would tell them to cue up the song by Biggie, and then I'd talk about how I don't say the N-word. I don't
Why
know.
not, dude?
I never really.
Did you say why not?
Yeah, dude, you can, and you're
But
wasting
I don't want
it.
to.
You know how bad I.
I don't
like
think
you.
anybody should. I think it's like it's to me as a comedian it's hacky. I mean, it's a 400-year-old hacky
Right.
word, and like there's so many other words that you can use. But
it's
that's
like
not
bro.
the point. That's not the point. The point is, I say there is one particular time that it's okay for a white guy to say it, and 4 times I did this joke, and 4 times it worked. Where the DJ would start playing the one song by Biggie, and the whole crowd would be into it. And I'd be like, "All right, this is your moment, sir." And if you don't know, now you know. And the DJ turns the music down, and then everybody. And I'm like, "Come on, this is it. This is it. You can do it now." And that happened.
You don't do that joke
That
anymore?
happened 4. Well, let me finish what I'm saying. So that happened 4 times, right? And then I did a show where there was only one white guy in the crowd. It was all black crowd. One white guy sitting up front. And the DJ was there. This DJ who I've done this joke with before, so he knew exactly what to do. And then I go, yeah, there's only one time, I get back into the joke and all that. And then the song's playing. I was like, come on, we all know this song. I know you know it, right? Like that. And I go, and if you don't know, now you know. And then the song, everything goes quiet. And he grabbed the mic and goes, nigga. Oh, no. And then like this. And the crowd was just, he was better than anybody who performed that night. They were all coming up to him, like hugging him, like just they.
So got a good reaction.
I never had a moment where an entire fucking club, and I mean there was like maybe 80 people in there.
Do you remember where this was?
Yeah, it was Diamonds. It was
Diamonds.
Is this a strip club?
Yeah, no, it was just a gay club. But this guy I knew was doing a show there, and he asked me to be on it. But the point is, though, I never had a crowd fully erupt the way that happened.
So you retired it because you
I
can't
said
top it.
it'll never happen that good again.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't want to ruin.
But here's a question though. In your mind, you can't top it, but at another show, new audience, they've never heard it before. I mean, it would still do very well.
Yeah, but I want to remember it like that.
Okay.
Because I never thought in my mind that was a possibility.
Interesting.
And then I gotten so used to trusting the fact that the guy was just going to be like, no, I'm not saying it, because that happened 4 times.
I don't think I have a process for retiring jokes.
And then the one time, I mean, he grabbed the mic like because I leaned in on him.
That's fucking
and he was
hilarious.
Like that. And
God.
And I was
That's something out of a movie, man.
Now, mind you, the crowd fucking erupted immediately. Like they were like, "Ah!" like that. And I took the mic. I was like, give me that mic. I was like, sir, this is the last time I'm doing this joke. It's getting out of hand. You're getting too used to it. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But that was a joke where I sort of wrote in crowd work, sort of.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I know we're over time. I know you said you had to get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta get back.
I know we usually do a workshop, but I don't think we have time. So
I got one thing I wrote
okay.
The other night. A friend of mine sent me something with snakes in it, and she said, I hope snakes don't freak you out. And I was like, I don't like anything without shoulders. I don't like snakes, sharks,
funny.
spiders,
Highways.
dildos near my butt. And I wrote that part, and I said, oh my God, I'm writing that is the punchline to a joke that I gotta think of.
Tiny thinks you're telling her to zoom in.
Oh, yeah.
when
I
you
talk
do
with my
this.
hands all the
You
time.
know what? I got to turn off your gestures. Yeah, I think you're right.
But that is a punchline to a joke that I haven't written yet. I want to write a joke about everybody has that one friend who raises snakes. You know what I mean? You
like
go to
that.
their house and they're like,
I was talking about the fucking when I went to do that cop show in Jersey. I was talking about how they have weed legalized, and like I'm tired of buying weed from a drug dealer. Like
Yeah.
I really just like to buy it from a store.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to see his weird pet. He just has like an iguana that not in a cage, just walks around.
walking
his
around.
Oh,
house,
you don't want to buy weed from
leaving,
him
like
because he's.
mummified shit all over the
yeah,
place.
a ferret crawling up on your.
Yeah, just like weird. Why do you have a weird animal?
Yeah, exactly.
I like drug dealers. I swear to God, they're drug dealers because they know if they didn't sell drugs, nobody would fucking talk to them.
Nope.
They're like always the weirdest
Nope.
people.
They are. That's what the whole premise to Pineapple Express was about.
I know.
Yeah.
See, I
That's
don't.
what
I
that-
don't watch stoner videos.
Oh, that movie was hilarious.
Yeah. So that's the one that you're working on.
What's that?
Is that a joke that you're workshopping?
Oh yeah, I just did that. Well, I wrote a joke yesterday. I was driving down the highway and I saw a billboard that said "Talk to your kids about fentanyl," and I'm like, well, that's a good message unless the parents are doing fentanyl, because then they're just like, hey, buddy, you know, it's really fun.
That's a lot. That's probably the billboard.
You know where to get any?
The same company that does the say no to drugs on the urinal cakes.
Yeah,
Like, why are they putting the
right.
message on the billboard?
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, billboards. I still don't know why they're such a great form of advertising. If I'm driving down the road, especially like if I'm in 22 traffic, I
Yeah.
don't need a divorce lawyer
They're
right now.
banned in some
I
states.
don't need a divorce lawyer.
They're banned in some states.
Really?
Yeah, they're banned in like Colorado and like Montana and stuff.
For real?
Yeah, because it's like they want people to enjoy the forestry. Like people,
Okay, yeah,
people,
yeah.
Tourists come to those states for like the forests.
Yeah.
And now there's billboards every fucking.
Lauren
Yeah.
just asked me that when we were driving from South Jersey. She goes, I wonder why there's some places that you go and there's not a lot of billboards.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
thought I
know
thought it had to do with like
in the
there's
places that do have billboards, they're regulated. So you
Yeah.
can only have a certain amount per mile.
right.
And it's because of they doesn't want to block the trees and the
Yeah.
scenery and all
Right,
that stuff.
But on 22, they don't mind blocking
No, they
all of
don't. They don't.
Allentown.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
They're like, don't look over here.
And there's like
Morgan
big
and Morgan?
people- there's like giant people on the billboards,
Yeah.
like showing their
Yeah.
tits and stuff. I mean, it's like crazy.
Just don't look at Allentown.
Can I plug? Can I plug a show?
yeah, you can. Let me just go ahead. Well, you plug it at the end because I want to just go over real quick the joke I'm workshopping.
Plugging it in the end.
Yeah, plugging it in the end. So the song by the what is going on there? Hey, stop tracking me. There we go. The song by the Tings. That's not my name. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They call me Hell. They call me Stacy. They call me whatever. That's not my name. That's not my name, right? You listen to the whole song.
No.
She never.
Sorry, I was distracted by the zooming in. I figured out how to.
You
do
listen
it.
to the whole song. She never tells you what her fucking name is.
Hmm.
Like if she's so upset that no one's calling her by her real name that she's gonna write an entire song and then never tell you what her name is, that fucking pisses me off. It reminds me of The Never Ending Story, one of my favorite movies growing up.
Absolutely.
right? The kid, he's in the attic, and
Oh yeah, I know where you're getting at.
you know where I'm going
yeah.
with this? The kid's in the attic. You've seen Neverending Story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kid's in the attic. He's reading this book, and it's come to life, and he's got to give the princess a name, right? And the princess, the world is crumbling, right? Craters are falling, and cracks are fissuring in the earth. And she's like, "Say my name, Bastion." He's like, "What do I need to do? Say my name." So, and it's storming and it's thundering and lightning, and he throws open the windows. And you're waiting the whole movie to find out what this girl's name is. And he's just like, "Rosa." You have no idea what the fuck
Yeah.
he said. That pisses me off too. So I hate fucking Neverending Story, and I hate that fucking song. And that's
I think it's because their
premise.
their names are cunt.
that's the premise for my joke.
I think
is-
that's-
I don't know. I don't have
Yeah.
a punchline yet.
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's why. They can't say that on the song.
Oh,
my,
her-
my name is cunt.
You think Stacy's name is no? It's not Stacy.
Right. You
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I'm gonna give it to her. I'm gonna give her a name.
So yeah, I don't know how to tie that together. Maybe like the princess from Neverending Story grew up, and she's like the singer for the Ting Tangs or the Ting Tings. And she wrote the song "That's Not My Name," or something like he's like Stacy, and then she's just like, "That's not my name, Bastion," and the whole
Yeah.
world just explodes because
she's a cunt.
yeah. There it is. There's the button. Thank you. Oh wait, no, you want to plug some shows? Let's plug some shows.
Just one show. March 1st, I have a show every first Saturday of every month at Hijinks Brewing Tap Room.
Where
off
is
Route
that?
100. It's right off Route 100.
Okay.
Right. I guess north of Allentown.
Do you host?
Yeah, I
Is it
host.
open mic?
I produce a show.
No,
I
it's
book
a-
all the
it's a show.
comedians. It's a show.
Oh, cool.
March 1st, we're having Naeem Ali along with a bunch of other great guys. So come out. It's a free show. Get some
Awesome.
beer,
I've
get
done that
awesome.
show. I was lucky enough that he got me on that show, and the audience, the whole stage, everything it's just a really good venue.
Oh, awesome. I'll
Yeah,
check
it's
that
cool.
out.
I'm trying to like pack this
Yeah.
place out. This is like my baby here. So.
Yeah.
Let me
No, that's a
next
good-
time you
that's
have an
a
open
good one.
slot. Let me know. I'd love to do it.
Hell yeah.
Unless I'm on your do not book list. We can
No,
never,
no,
you can never tell.
Just don't talk about midgets. or call me Hurley from.
From Lost.
I know.
or take your pants down.
I know it's all in good fun. You labeled yourself as a comedian, so.
No. Check this out.
Comedian? Question mark.
Oh, there we go. Touche. Yeah.
Well, I
and
think we know the answer
we've-
to that.
we have Country Club Comedy coming up. It's February 7th at 7 p.m. That's a show that I produce at the Country Club Comedy at Country Club Brewing. So come out to that. And Doug will be at a Comedy for a Cause at the Iron Mule in Easton, PA on March 23rd at 4 p.m. And you're also doing a roast battle. Do you know the
Yeah,
date
I'm
of that yet?
battling Dan Smelly.
Dan Shelley. Oh, he gave away one of the jokes. When are you? Do you know what that date is?
It's in March.
Okay, some point in March.
No, I forget the.
We'll be
I forget
back
the
The
exact
entire
date.
month of March. You guys are fucking
All,
going at it.
you know how many jokes I gotta write?
It's Dan Shelley month, right?
Yes,
Following Black
there you
History
go,
Month. Awesome. Sam, thank you so much for joining the show.
for having
Glad
me
we could
on.
finally have you on. Hope you had a good time. It was a blast, and we will see you guys next time. Boom.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
Thanks,
me on.
dude.
That was fun. Hell yeah. Oh, I have to pee though. Is that a bathroom?
No.
Down to the right.
The opposite side of this wall. Just go right on the wall.
Is that a dog shocker?
Yes,
That's what
it
he's
is.
been doing the whole time.
I know. I wanted to like bring it up in the show, but I didn't know how you feel about like.
No, that's fine. I called you the stunt double for Hurley, so you owe me a bunch of ribbings. All right.